Hello, brothers and sisters. Nice to have a moment with you. Yesterday, Saturday, June the 16th, we had a PCC Away day. For those of you not familiar with PCC, it's our parochial church council, an elected group of leaders who help guide the vision of the church. And I just thought the minutes of that meeting will be stuck up on the board, but in case you're not someone who likes to read copious amounts of minutes, just thought I'd tell you the three main things we talked about. Firstly, we looked at how the church is led. And in the leadership of the church, we want it to look like the picture of leadership in the New Testament as much as we can. And so the upshot of it all was we thought within the leadership of the church, we'll do more to get someone who's an evangelist, who really leads us in helping to reach out to people with the good news of Christ. We'll do more in the leadership to get listening to God at the centre and encourage people to be sharing with that. And we'll also do more about new thinking and networking with other churches and learning from others and having that within the leadership of the church. So I think those are three really good developments within leadership that will make the way the church is led and developed more and more like the vision in the New Testament. The second thing we looked at was the question of how do we make disciples at St. Mark's? What are the main things? What do we say the good news is? How do we encourage people? What are the steps we want to encourage people in? So we looked at a document looking at a pathway to being a follower of Christ. And we thought it was good. So next year, in the next year and in the months to come, we'll be sharing that with you and unpacking that, helping to give everyone a common understanding of what it means to be a follower of Jesus. And thirdly, we started to look at our evening services at 5 and 7. In recent months, we've recognised that resources are a bit strained at some of those services, and that while some are growing, some are also diminishing. And it's good to look at what you're doing from time to time and say, is this working? So we want to look at what we do in the evenings in the context of the big vision of our church as to what we would think Sundays are really about. Look at the morning services and the evening services and see how they work together and see what the gaps are and what we can do about them. Again, that's in process, and anything that we do will be fed back to the existing congregations for their input. So that brings you up to speed, and if you could pray for your PCC and pray for me and others as we seek to listen to God and not run ahead of him, that would be great. Thank you for listening.